Our next guest is the Smarter San Diego Community Connection in Carlsbad. Please welcome back to the show Mr. Carlsbad himself, Bryan Devore, and his special guest from Home Staging Solutions, Deborah Brischler.
Mr. Carlsbad is here.
Yes.
What's up?
Yeah.
Did you know Jen lives in Carlsbad?
You know, I just found that out.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Jen doesn't live in Carlsbad. Jen lives in La Costa. Actually, I'm from La Costa.
It's a subset of Carlsbad.
One of them. It's a big place, Carlsbad.
Yes, it is.
Now, you are without voice today.
A little bit.
What's going on?
I'm struggling.
What happened, man?
So, as you know, I work with Casa de Amparo, which works with abused and neglected children throughout San Diego County.
Amazing
And
charity.
it's fantastic. They were chosen by Union Bank, who's been a sponsor of the Chargers for many years, to be their featured charity for this year. So every home game, you'll see the Game Changers vehicle rolling around and people out there collecting donations for Casa de Amparo. So I was out there yesterday at tailgate, screaming over the music and the Pittsburgh Steelers fans and everybody else trying to raise money for the charity.
How'd it go?
I think we raised a lot of money. I'm not sure exactly yet, but it was a good cause. We're raising money, so every time that one of your viewers is going to be at a Chargers game, a home game this season, look for us and try to give us any change you have.
You brought Deborah here today.
Yes, I did.
Why did you want to bring Deborah on?
So the market, as some people have noticed, has slowed a little bit. And whether the market is good or bad, I try to do as many things as I possibly can to help my clients get the highest price possible in the least amount of time. One of the things that's very valuable for me is the services that Deborah provides as a stager.
Okay.
And some people may have seen staging on HGTV and other places like that. So I brought Deborah on so she could talk more about what it is that staging does, how it helps me, help my clients, like I said, get the highest price in the least amount of time, and some success stories as well.
Okay, Deborah, let's start with what is staging. Right? I don't want to just assume that everyone knows what that means, that everyone watches HGTV as much as we probably do. But what is staging?
And that's a great question because you're right. People probably assume from watching HGTV that it's just strictly about decorating. Real estate staging is about preparing the home for sale. That entails the whole gamut of things from the curb appeal of the home to the flow of the home, taking care of repairs, sometimes updates, which can be small or large depending on the time frame and the budget. But we like to try to get the clients in the best possible position that they can to get the most for their money. In Southern California, because of all the model homes, that's our competition. So need to up our game a little bit.
Jen?
So Deborah, what homes benefit the most from staging? Is it vacant homes or is it just old, outdated, lived-in homes?
Actually, all homes can benefit from some staging. Most of the time with staging, it's a matter of, in our occupied homes, it's a matter of editing and updating. That's basically, we're taking a
Taking the
traditional
tchotchkes
style.
away.
We're taking a traditional style and trying to make it more.
She did.
She did say tchotchkes.
Good word. I like that word.
I love that.
I use it every day.
But yes, you're right. Decorating, people have the idea that staging is about decorating. Decorating is personalizing. And when we stage, we want to depersonalize and neutralize so that it can appeal to a wider range of buyers in all styles.
Right.
For example, if you go into a model home, it's not empty. There's always going to be things there, and it's going to be well decorated to the tastes of the buyers that they're appealing to. Same thing as when you see flipped properties. They're never empty. They always bring in the stager to make sure that the home feels warm. One of the things I think is important about staging is it's going to make the home appeal on the internet, so the pictures, and then in person as well. So the goal is to make it so someone's going to say, of all the different homes to choose from, I want to see that one. And when they come in, they'll feel like they belong in the home.
So it's obviously something that's important these days because people want turnkey homes and they watch online. That's how people find the properties that they want to go look at.
Exactly.
Online.
Absolutely.
So they need to have really good pictures if you're selling your home. You kind of glazed over it earlier, but you said the market might be changing a little bit. Does that make staging even more important?
So the market has slowed a little bit. What I've seen is inventory has crept up a little bit, and then it's partially seasonality. This is the time of year when people start thinking about the holidays, although it feels like summertime right now still. They're feeling like, okay, it's time to start, getting ready for the holidays. So we are seeing it slow down just a little bit. Like I said, whether it's a hot market or a slower market, I've always used Deborah's services for years as part of my team to try to help people maximize what they can do. Whenever I meet with a new client, a new seller, and I talk about the different tools that we have, the first thing I always talk about is I'll have Deborah come in for a consultation that I pay for, because no matter if the home looks like a model already or if it's empty, there's always going to be things we can do to make it better. Now that we're seeing more competition out there, and a lot of the competition that's coming out may be overpriced, may not look so good, so by using Deborah's services, we're going to be able to do for our clients what others can't, and it won't sit on the market.
Yeah, which is important. You don't want your home on the market. When you put it on the market, you want it to be a sought-after property that people are bidding on right away.
Right.
And make a move. That's how you really get the most bang for your buck.
Absolutely
when it
right.
comes to listing your home for sale.
Right.
So, Mr. Carlsbad's here. I'm going to start calling you Mrs. Lacosta, by the way. I'm going to take both of those. And of course, when we have Mr. Carlsbad in here, we have to tap into social media a little bit, ask people about Carlsbad so he can answer their questions.
Absolutely.
So what we decided to do, Jen, was just ask a simple question on social media.
Well, we asked our Facebook friends, what do you like or not like about Carlsbad? And Jennifer Schlater said, I love Carlsbad. I love the feel. I don't mind the tourists. I have met so many nice people from many different areas. It has a family atmosphere. I know all the locals well. I think a lot of people, especially people with families and kids, really had all positive things to say, it seemed like, for the most part.
Yeah, well, I think that she mentioned something there, the tourists. Carlsbad has become a real tourist destination.
Absolutely.
Big time.
It started out just for the beaches, but once Legoland came, it became a huge tourist attraction, not just for people destined to Carlsbad, but people who are going to Orange County for Disneyland. They make it part of their trip to come down here as well. And look, let's face it, I love tourists because they pay the bills for a lot of the people who work in Carlsbad.
Totally.
So and for the tax dollars as well. So, you know, yes, traffic has increased. Yes, it's not the small town that it used to be. But I was looking at the comments that your viewers made, and majority of them had wonderfully glowing things to say about Carlsbad. The wonderful schools, the beaches, the weather. Obviously, everything about Carlsbad people seem to love.
Jen, not everyone loved everything in Carlsbad.
Karen Aho Brown said that she's lived here since 1978. She does love it. She says she left Massachusetts for Carlsbad's beautiful coastline, lagoons, parks, and trails. She's a business owner on State Street for over 25 years. And she says that she's particularly fond of the downtown village by the sea, but what she doesn't like is that 8515 plan with a mega mall and more traffic. And she says that she doesn't like rich developers who do not live in Carlsbad turning our city into Orange County. What do you think about that?
So the 8515 plan it's a plan by the developer of the Grove in Los Angeles to preserve 85% of the the strawberry fields as open space and only develop 15%. That area is completely zoned commercial. Something's going to go there at some point. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that. They want to save the strawberry fields. Well, it's not going to happen just by itself. And if you look at it further, the strawberry fields may go away because the owner can't pay for the water and everything else for all that land. Something's going to have to happen there, whether it's this plan or another plan. It's going to happen. Traffic is going to go up. There's no doubt about it. But I'm not sure what alternatives there are at this point.
Plus, it's not so bad. I mean, if traffic is increasing in an area, that means it's desirable. Desirability means that values go up. So if you're a homeowner in the area, while you may want to complain, knee-jerk reaction, you know, oh, it'll take me an extra minute to get somewhere.
Right.
But if it gets you an extra $100,000, $200,000
well,
of equity.
And to your point, so the design for this plan is going to open up the lagoon that's already closed off with trails, with nature centers that is not even accessible right now. So there's a lot of positives to it as well. Another alternative is they can build houses there. That's a plan. I would rather have the plan the 85 plan that's going to make it more of an attraction than just a bunch of homes.
Mr. Carlsbad, of course he would know. That's why we had him here.
From the man himself.
Karen Aho Brown, I hope that answers your question. Thank you for watching this segment of Smarter San Diego TV. Stick around for more, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else.